Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Sankarshan Joshi trip. This episode, I am super excited. So, on this episode, we have Neha Estaparia. She's a psychologist and an educator. She's been practicing for over a decade. So, during her initial education, she worked extensively on child psychology and then she eventually moved to Delhi, where she get to work with a lot of teenagers and adolescents. This is her third time here, which
Yes,
which also justifies that she is one of our favorite guests.
A Sankarshan Joshi trip.
And I am super stoked to have you. So welcome back, I must say.
thank you. Thank you so much, Sankarshan, for having me back on the show for third time on the podcast. And it is so nice to be conversing with you offline, online every time. And this is insane because I have been out of touch for like about 3-4 months now, and this is such a booster for me that I have to get back to work and do things again. And thank you for motivating me and bringing this to me again. And we are going to have some interesting conversation today, I'm sure, because it is going to come not from a psychologist, from but from a mother's perspective today. So that is what I'm looking forward to, because as a parent, how I have been handling my entire, journey of COVID 2019 and the entire all the dramas with it. Yeah,
Can you imagine it's 2021? It's going to be
yeah,
2022.
exactly. And we are still in COVID 2019.
Yeah, mentally we are still there. I mean,
Mentally, we are still there.
your daughter literally grew like 3 years older, which is like exponential
Exactly.
when she's young.
Exactly. I think immediately after her sixth birthday, it started. And now she turned 8 and she's going to be 9. Just imagine. And this is still going on. So it's still going on. Yeah. And there's a drastic change. Her height increased, her mental space has increased, and everything has enhanced. And she's talking so much, and she has been, thinking in varied ways. And suddenly she's having these low mood swings and high mood swings all during these growing years, which was so important for her to attend school, right? To go out in the world to be social. But major chunk of these 3 years, that was almost 1.5 2 years, I would say 1.5 year, I would say, because on and off everything opened and then again everything was shut. So she has spent indoors, and like her, all the kids have stayed indoor, and they have, had varied experiences regarding how to project themselves in different, for different things. Yeah.
It's so
So it's
crazy,
it's
right?
it's it's very crazy. And we have lived through this.
Yeah.
We actually lived through this.
Yeah,
So
that's gonna be our badge of honor.
like we say, my batch is cursed, or my batch, it always happens like this, my niece always says. So she spent her 12th indoors, and she did not get to have that farewell, and she did not get to have all those drama of 12th standard, and everything and nothing. And she's like, what did I do? I have been given, and what evaluation did I have properly with regards to my 12th standard? I
I
Everybody is
graduated too,
passing and
no?
everybody.
Like in
Yeah,
this
you
lockdown,
graduated,
yeah,
your batch graduated.
yeah, which was so. Why I was super interested in this conversation is because so many things that I have been observing about myself. So now when I look back in hindsight from like in this lockdown, so many of my behaviors has changed, so many of my thinking pattern has changed, good and bad, like both. I've gotten worse in certain
Right,
things and I've gotten better in certain things. So
right.
I think this is high time that we have this conversation because when government or anybody when they talk about lockdown, they are in such a place where they can only think about one thing. It's very unidirectional. It actually ignores a lot of aspects, out of which one is mental
Yeah,
health. of human beings.
Exactly, exactly. And surprisingly, if you see, the concern about mental health has also risen during this time, where people like you, people like me are coming out and talking about things that have been going on, but nobody is actually working towards what is supposed to be done. People have come up with varied courses, varied things, are this, that, and all. But what about the emotional challenge that each and everyone, not only children, but each and everyone, if you see a 60-year-old guy, or your grandparents or anybody, they are also facing this. I mean, they everybody living together indoors, which was unexpected, which was totally uncalled for. Okay, do you remember the time immediately after lockdown, when people became very innovative and they came up with all these online games and all, WhatsApp games, tambola, this, that, all those things, and suddenly everybody is having a gala time, thinking it's only for 1 or 2 months and then we are going to have this fun.
The honeymoon
Let us bring
phase.
everything, honeymoon phase. But suddenly everything faded away. Now people got bored. Now even if someone messages, chalo online game ho raha hai, ye ho raha hai, no, nobody cares, nahi karna hai, we are done with this, done and dusted. So this was that phase where everybody was enjoying, because it was new, it was novel for everyone, that theek hai, there is a disease that is out there, there is an illness, and it is affecting everyone. People didn't care what is happening in the world, because everybody in the house was safe. Many suffered, many were safe, thinking not going out would make them suffer. So that was one thinking that was going. But what was happening in Europe, what was happening in particularly Italy, if you've seen the dark phase, and people coming up with a lot of videos like what is happening there, and the US challenge and everything. So China ka scene and all, political rivalry and everything was going on. But people were, if you look at Indians per se, they were more involved in the household of creating new dishes, cooking a lot, and also coming up with new games, connecting with family, which one thing happened good. And children didn't know what was happening. To be very frank, they didn't know what was happening. They were like, we are indoors, but what is this? They explaining them COVID. Somebody didn't wanted to explain. Somebody wanted to tell children, yes, this is going on. But they were like, ये क्या हो रहा है? Because वो time पे summer vacation आ गया. So there was no school, right? There was no schooling, and everybody was like, ठीक है, anyway, holidays are going on. March, I remember my daughter completed grade 1. March 16th was her last working day, and then immediately after that, lockdown was declared, right? And anyway, she had summer vacation. So there was this huge bracket of May. Then the question started whether schools should be started or not. No, ठीक है. Then this online initiative happened. ठीक है. ये सब हुआ चलते 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 1 year done. She's done with grade 2 also online. Now grade 3 she's going to be done. I mean,
Yeah.
online में सब कुछ हो गया. Your batch, you also, whether to go to college or not, whether it is going to happen or
Ours
not.
was the
ठीक है,
final
चलो at
years,
least.
like ours was the final year. So it was most of like whatever we missed on, it was most intangible things like having fun, like fun with friends or hanging out more. So it
Exactly.
was more of that.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. And it was completely insane. People didn't know what was happening because people were just going with the flow. ठीक है, जाना है, you know, ये करना है, वो करना है, ठीक है, be safe.
Yeah.
Then again, that phase of vaccination came up later, where, whether to get vaccinated or not, and this and that, whether going, rushing, age. So, lot many crazy things have happened in these.
Yeah, I know,
But
right?
what we
Yeah.
have, yeah, but we have what completely ignored is the emotional challenge each and everyone has faced. I'm sure many people have spoken about and are working towards it. But if you really see, the people have gone, children particularly, I would say, they have definitely gone into not understanding what is happening with them to staying the way they are, right? So the crime, the not, I would say not crime, but the bullying, when they suddenly again came out. So when the lockdown settled down and people started going out and everything, society में children started moving around and all those things. Suddenly now or then you see in my society or anywhere else also, that there are these complaints that children are hitting, using bad words,
Huh.
shouting and all. Why?
They
Why did
lost
it happen?
touch.
Because they lost touch with the very social aspect of understanding of going to school. And also they have seen every negative and positive side of a family, which might
Huh.
have come which might have been hidden when they used to go to school, right? Abhi, even men were inside, women were inside, and women had to cook a lot, men had to work a lot. So maids are not coming, you have to do the household work, you have to do this. So somewhere everybody's emotional frustration was coming out, and children are observing that. If you ask me, children are observing that. Even if you ask me also, I lost control a lot of times when I was totally frustrated cleaning the house. I shifted during that time. I moved during lockdown. I moved from Pune to Hyderabad, and then staying with family, and then from Hyderabad family house to moving to this individual house. Because of schooling and office, we moved this side of the city. So everything was, a lot of things happened, and I myself got frustrated and have must have shown so many aspects that I shouldn't have
Hmm.
to my child. So if, if there is a lot of chaos that has happened, and it's time that we talk about what changed and how things have really turned upside down
Yeah.
during this time, which people are not realizing. They are completely not realizing, right? Yeah. If I'll ask you a question, Sankarshan, are you really satisfied the way your degree ended?
Not really, but I mean, now that since it's already done, I am looking at the bright side of things. So, yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, I'm not entirely satisfied, but it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah. See, this acceptance has come with a regret.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of
With a
sadness,
regret.
I had to go through those all those phases where I'm sad, I'm frustrated, and then realizing there's nothing I can
Exactly.
do about it. And then, yeah.
Yeah. And it's all extrinsic. It's all of the factors which are not in your control. You cannot do anything about it. That's what, when I take sessions also, especially adolescents, I explain them that this is something outside. It is not in your control. What is in your control is the way you react to this, the way you are reacting to this. You are reacting in a way that, ठीक है, everybody is reacting in that way, but you're seeing something and you're reacting something. So that is something, it is some completely outside. So COVID was not in your control. Lockdown was not in our control. The things that have happened, nothing was in our control. But what was in our control? To make sure we understand that this is happening. The problem, what happened is, children did not understand. Of course, we cannot expect so much from them that they will understand that this has happened. But out of all the age groups, this age group of children, that is my daughter's age, and they were the they were the bravest of the generation who have really, really tackled this well. Just imagine the burden on them,
Kudos
staying
to
with
parents,
family, with
like I must say hats off to parents because that's the age group where they're so naughty, they're so hyperactive. Like when they go to school, at least parents would get like oh peace of mind. Like now that they're like 24/7, it's all the noise all the time. They get fed up of their kids, even though they don't want to. It's like
fed up of
very frustrating.
themselves and fed up of kids. Fed up of themselves first and fed up of kids. And just imagine children staying at home 24 hours and going through every mood and emotion of the parent. Of the parent. Abhi school chale jate the, they divided their attention. But and parents also going through everything. That's why you have to be. That's why mindfulness is so helpful, and you have to be mindful of what is happening around. And it's crazy the way children have handled it. It was not easy. First of all, ठीक है, if they are living in a family, if there is a joint family and there are 2 3 kids around, or at least 2 kids in the house, just imagine one kid and 2 parents locked inside. And what is, and if both the parents are working, And if both the parents are working and the child is alone,
The neglect,
doing what?
like there's so much emotions that goes inside the kid, right? Like like one of the interesting thing that I observe about kid is that, let's say you yell at your kid because you're frustrated and the kid has nothing to do with it, the kid always thinks that the kid did something wrong, right? Like, am I doing something wrong? Like that's why like mom is upset. Like you might be upset about probably work, but the kid always thinks everything that is happening is because of me.
Because of me. Because kid is not understanding. They are not. They cannot divide. They cognitively they cannot divide, right? And the way it has turned out, it's a turmoil for kids. If you really ask me, I have a single child. Okay, I am so me and my husband, and I resigned in February, thankfully that time, and March this entire drama started, 2019, right? So I was at least no 2020, 2020, this entire drama of in India, if you ask me. Actually, COVID
Uh,
started in November 2019, from China,
okay,
somewhere from there.
okay. Then it's
Yeah,
2020. Yeah.
yes. 2020 is when it actually happened in India, when things going down the line from January,
Majorly.
majorly. Yes. Then February, everything was closed. March, everything was closed. So we immediately we took the decision of going to Hyderabad. We just, without stopping anywhere, non-stop from Pune, we drove to Hyderabad when the lockdown was, just before the lockdown was declared. And I had resigned. We came just with our clothes and we did not have any plans to move to. Thankfully, we were with family. So everything fell into place where I did not have to see that phase of my daughter where she would go in a shell, right? But if
Huh.
we would have stayed in Pune, if we would have stayed in Pune, just three of us, I'm sure it would have been a complete different scene where I am losing it, my husband is losing it, she is losing it completely. We came with family where we had three kids in the house and they were doing something or they were, everybody was in the house taking care of each other. And when things went to little normal by July, we moved here. So, I mean, I'm just imagining and I know that there are a lot of emotional, many kids have gone into that shell. You know, when kids came to me for the session, when I did Let's Talk Emotions, parents' concern was this only, that they don't talk. Why? Because things have happened. So many things have happened due to COVID. They don't talk. Make my child talk. Because the kids don't know how to express now. The kids, this generation is the smartest who can express a lot, but suddenly this 1 year has pulled them back, right? And the learning that you guys did also in your graduation, it would have been much much better if you would have been right in front of the teacher rather than sitting and, you know, happening like this of
Yeah.
online.
I mean, this is so interesting because I consider myself as like mentally, I feel like I am at a okay phase, like okay stage. Like I am, like I consider myself to be like mentally, I don't have any like heavy trauma or any sort of like heavy emotions that I carry all the time. I don't, luckily. But I found myself that my anxiety levels have increased. Normally I
Yes.
would have been such a low anxious person, but from the past couple of days, I mean, today was the one of the most stressful day of my work. Like it's been 1 month, like I'm still in the training phase. So today, so basically I'm a designer, right? Like we have a team and we are working on a project, like we have a brief. So
Right.
we have to
Right.
discuss a lot of things. And so today, like when I'm talking, I kept interrupting somebody unintentionally. So I don't know if the other person is gonna talk now. So coincidentally, I kept like interrupting that person. At one
Yeah.
point, that person like got frustrated and like she said, "Let me finish," and that hit me so hard. Like for no reason, I felt so bad, and I started overthinking. Like, is that person actually feeling bad? Is that person does that person have like a bad impression about me now? So like, do people think that I am a stupid guy now? Or like, I started overthinking because I cannot see anybody's face. So I cannot read people. So like a major portion
Yeah.
of human being is reading the signs of human being,
Understanding
right?
what is
Yeah.
happening. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I felt super anxious. This is such a silly thing. And I know it's a silly thing, but from morning, it's been disturbing me. This, and there was this moment where I forgot to unmute myself and I was yelling, and we were in like a meeting. And I yelled at my sister in like I was talking my regional language, and it was a casual. They took it all lightly, but I was overthinking about it for a really long time. I was like, did I leave a bad impression here? Because this is my initial phase of work, right? And during this lockdown, like getting a job was super hard, and like I waited for a really long time for them to give me offer letter. So I don't want to mess anything up. So I started overthinking, and I'm like, this is so stupid, man. Like if I was in the office right now, I wouldn't have been this anxious, or like I wouldn't have been overthinking this
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. Because you go in the office, you go with the mind that you have work, and you're supposed you are in that space. You are in that space of work. Right now, you are in the house doing the space, doing the work of office. So you have thousand things here, and you have thousand things many times now. And the person who is with you also at home, for example, your sister or your parent, they'll also be like, "Arey ye ghar pe hai na, he'll office mein hai to kya hua? He'll do this." I can ask him questions. Like I keep going and disturbing my husband. Tell me, how is this? Should I do this? Should I do this? And he's typing and he's thinking about something like, okay, what? Huh, huh. So I am actually pulling him from that office space and bringing him to home space, which he's not supposed to do. But that that conflict will happen because we are all together, and we think we take it for my daughter is doing the school and I'm continuously poking, why are you doing like this, why are you doing like that? Because I because I'm there and I'm concerned, why is she not writing properly, why is she, had she been in school, would I have even care, or would I even know what is happening? No, I wouldn't. And I would just come. If she would return, I would just ask, what did you do? Okay, I completed my work. I did that. I did that. Happy, finish. Easy life. Abhi, they are also frustrated that why parents are interfering so much. And another concern that came up was because of being indoors, children have, you know, gone to not only children, I would say even adults like me, continuously on phone. We are continuously on phone with something or the other, and we are not because we feel connected, because there is a world out there and we are feeling connected to that world. And that is the reason we are going, because we lost touch because of COVID, and then suddenly we feel connected. And children, even children, for gaming or anything, rise in the games during this lockdown. And majorly when I get calls from parents, my child uses a lot of phone and doesn't listen and is continuously on phone always. Still, send your child out. Things have opened up. Talk to your child. You need to talk to your child that this was the, be open to them that this was the thing and there is no way out. Now things are there. Talk like friends, talk like, you know, talk like how you would have a general conversation. But I'm telling you, it's very crazy the things that have happened in 2 years.
Yeah.
So much has happened. Entire lifespan has happened in these 2 years.
Yeah, I'm sure, like, whatever you're saying, like, I'm sure you have witnessed the change because kids grow rapidly, and you have seen your daughter, like, grow in the past 2 years. And at the same time, you feel like she didn't grow because she's at home and you're looking at her every day. So, probably you might have been in a phase where, like, mentally, physically, intellectually, is she in the same place because she didn't go to school, or
Exactly.
is she growing? Like, you don't know, right? Like, uh because when kids go to school and come, their subjects change, their grades change, the way how teacher talk to parents about their kids change, because like you will see change there. But when you're looking at them
Yeah.
at home all the time, it's sort of, you can overthink about anything. Like you can
You
overthink
can
about
overthink
anything.
about anything. Why is the child crying? Will she cry at school also like this? Why is she so angry? What will she do when she'll go home to school and fight with her friends like this? She's shouting at home. What if she'll shout in front of teacher? So these are the concerns coming up, and it's not only with me. I see downstairs the way children have gone in the language, the way they are using the language, the way they are, dealing with other children. It's really, really bad because they are not able to understand how to react, how to deal with the emotions that are happening within them, because they don't know. Even adults don't know. So these questions will never be answered, that what has happened in these 2 years. A lot
Yeah.
of things have happened in these 2 years. If suddenly the creativity, my daughter's creativity was here. Suddenly she was making such good, beautiful, beautiful paintings, doing so much, writing poems and this and that. And now ask her to say, no, I will not do, because that is done. She's bored.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
because everything, whatever has been done, it is in that space. They want to go out. Children want to go to
Oh,
school.
you know what? Like I want to go out. Like imagine kids. Like I am so. I feel like we always have a set of thoughts and personality when we are in certain locations. So let's say when I'm in my office, when I'm in my work, my mentality is different. That's a different Sankarshan altogether. So I'll be formal there. I'll be considerate, and sometimes I'll have to be rude. So because like while saying something, that's a different version of who I am. And to those people, I am different. So when I'm in my home, I am a different person. But when I go outside, I'm different. So let's say if I have certain negative associations with home, let's say I get easily bored, or let's say you fall into these patterns, right, of procrastination or lying in bed. So if that's all you do in home, just going out, you feel so happy. Like I feel like, oh,
So happy.
yeah, I feel like a small
Oh,
kid, who's just running in park. Like when I go out, that's how I
exactly.
feel.
That's how it is. Imagine the first time after lockdown we went out, and it was such a nice feeling just sitting in the car
Yeah.
also. At the same time, we are scared. I'm not denying we are not scared. My daughter, she went to school for 2 days just last week, because slowly schools are opening up and all those things. The first day, when she went on Monday, you should have seen the way she came out of the school. Okay, you're about to raise your hand, not now. Okay, you you should have seen, she was all happy. I have not seen her that face in 1.5 years. That face that she had, that look on her face. She was totally, I was like, and she was so nice and calm, and she sat like this in the car. I had very nice time, and this, and I was like, okay, we are still taking you out. We are having all kinds of socialization. We are socializing every way possible, all the festivals, everything. Society में ये हो रहा है, बाहर जाना है, mall जाना है.
Any opportunity to go out, you guys are going out.
Yes, family get-togethers, everything we are doing. But why is it that only when it comes to sending to school, parents are still holding back? Parents are doing all kinds of trips. They're traveling with kids and everything, all the theek hai. But why are they scared when it is about going to school? Schools are sending out forms that, will you send your child? No, straight away, no. You know how many kids turned up in her class? Two.
In
Only
her
two
class.
kids in her class. Only two kids came, including Yashvi. Only two. So, and rest of them are doing online. So there is an option, there is a hybrid model that they have given, online and offline. So only two kids were sitting there having fun and enjoying school, the thing that they actually missed,
Yeah.
right? So, but if you really ask me, why are parents scared to send their child out of the nest? First of all, detachment. In these 1.5 years, we have built such an attachment that we are now skeptical whether we should separate. And this has become very easy. Online has become easy because the child is sitting right in front of you and studying and doing the class. So you will get to know what the child is doing. You will get to know what is happening in school and how the teacher is teaching. You're judging the teacher also sitting there, right? The other thing is, wherever you are going out, you're going to the mall, you're going for family get togethers or anything, or you're going downstairs, you're taking your child downstairs, your child is right in front of you. So you know whether he or she is touching here, interacting with
Uh,
whom, not wearing the mask, this, that. You can directly instruct your child. But once this child is out of your view, that is going to school, you don't know what is
you don't
happening.
trust
And
that
that is
institution basically.
exactly. And that is the scariest thing right now. Your child is going out of the nest, out of your eye, in this situation of pandemic, and going there, you don't know. After all, a child is a child. Whether the child will keep, when the child is playing downstairs only, we have to tell 10 times, put on the mask, put on the mask, put on the mask, sanitize your hands, this, that. Whether the child is doing or not, whether the child, that is the scariest thing right now for any parent. And I completely empathize with them because I'm also going through the same thing. I asked my daughter as soon as she came out of the school, how was it? Were you, cleaning your hands? I sanitized my hands 25 times, she's telling me. Or 25 times. And I followed your instructions. I did not remove the mask. But do you trust your child?
Yeah.
Do you trust your child? I'm sure the teachers and the school must have taken all the care and have made sure that, things do not go out of control or anything like that. But human being, you are a human. Do you trust? Your child goes out of the sight for 1 minute and you do not trust. Where did you touch? Where did you go? And all.
It's the
Now, completely
paranoia,
five
right?
hours.
They're all
Yes, and
scared.
that is what has built with this pandemic.
Pandemic. That is the driver of all the actions
Yes,
that people
yes,
are doing.
yes. The anxiety that you are telling me, the fear, the paranoia, everything. I mean, you are completely scared whenever you are also going out. You're going out, you're going having lunch, dinners and everything everywhere possible. You're removing the mask, you're eating in a mall and everything like that. But you're still scared. When you before
Yeah.
you sleep, you're scared. But why this Sankarshan? What is happening? This emotion has this thing has come up with all the other emotions that have suddenly there is a high in this. And that is what is the scariest because this is definitely affecting the mental health of people and it is going to turn out ugly in future.
Yeah. You know what? There are a lot of long-term psychological problems like that
Yeah.
people are not estimating the impact of it. So let's say your kid, right? So she's so young and you are asking her to sanitize her hands every time she touch something and you're asking her to wear a mask. There is a high potential that she could develop an OCD as she grows up because like
Exactly. Yes. So
she
what?
needs to, like it becomes more like I need to, like one of the thing that I was so surprised about is the fragile nature of mental health. So I consider myself to be like a normal healthy person, but in this lockdown when I started lifting weights, when I started like I think like I lost a lot of weight during the start of like when pandemic started, like
Mm-hmm.
in the lockdown was when I got into fitness. I became very enthusiastic about it. So I lost over 20 to 25 kgs of weight in
Right.
like 1 year or 1.5 year. But over
Right.
the like while I lost, I developed like mild orthorexia, like so since I lost the
Ah.
25 kgs of weight, I was so obsessed with eating healthy. For all the people who don't know what orthorexia is, it's an obsession with eating healthy. So let's
Yes.
say if I
Healthy.
eat some junk food, there is this anxiety that or like I have that, what, I might get fat, like I might put back all the weight I lost. I mean, technically you can't and you won't, like just because you eat one meal which is unhealthy.
Yeah.
But that thing, right? And I was so surprised. I was like, I didn't even know that I was capable of feeling anxious about something like this.
Hmm. Because it is building up in you, right? It is building up in you. You had faced something which you didn't want it. That is maybe probably, and then you realized that you need to lose weight. And you suddenly became, and now you don't want to go back to that.
Yeah, now I have something to lose.
Yeah. And it not to go back to that, you are suddenly getting into this phase. And this is happening with many people who are getting into healthy eating habits, who are getting into organic eating habits, who are now scared to step out of the house, okay, to go out and whether to mingle with people or not, put on the mask or not. And then there is this entire another situation of wearing mask and exercising. This is also one hazard. whether to wear mask and block your breathing and then do exercise. Of course, it is not not
Advisable.
advisable. Right, there are many things that have come up in just these 1.5 2 years, which is unimaginable. If somebody will have to write about the history of 2019 to, I would say, 2022 maybe, it is so much to write about, from children to from adults. So many deaths. People have seen deaths, kids have seen deaths, so many deaths which was not called, young deaths happening, and healthy death, healthy people dying. And this was, emotionally, it was so draining these years. And now people are scared. People are not ready to come out of this emotional situation
Yeah.
that they are already in. They have settled with this, that we have accepted that we have to stay indoors and be paranoid and keep sanitizing and everything like that. Now when suddenly, when things are opening up and things are becoming normal, people are not able to accept and go back.
Like in simple words,
Yeah,
right? Like usually when we go out, let's say we go to restaurant or we go to mall, we go because we want some sort of recreation. Like we want to chill, we want to go
right,
there and we want to have a good time. But now,
right,
when you go outside, your guard is always up. So you are like your adrenaline, your anxiety is so high that you cannot like wait to go back home where you can let your guard down and you can just relax, you
exactly.
know?
Yeah, you cannot. And when I started going out, when I started going to restaurants, or when I started going to malls or for shopping or anything like that, of course, iske baad mein kya, iske baad mein kya. There is always, and especially to take my daughter anywhere, there is always a this hitch, whether I should or I should not. But she wants to go out, then uska kya kare? This girl wants to go out. Children want to go out. Then what do we do? Then parents started. Some parents are so relaxed. Some parents are not worried at all. There are people who were indoors for 2 years and did not go out. But there are people who started even during the lockdown. They were walking downstairs, not bothered. But so there were all varieties of people who were doing all sorts of things, who were playing online games, who were doing everything. But the pandemic has definitely brought this one change, this entire lockdown, that we are not the same, and we are never going to be the same. We
Yeah.
are never going to
We
go
need to
back
accept
to
that,
what.
right?
Yes, and that is the only way. Accept, detach to this entire concern about COVID and everything, because once that acceptance will come, you will have peace within, that this is how it is going to be. One fine day you will have to send your child out to school, because it is not going to work out indoors. Their emotional quotient, their intelligence quotient, their social
We
quotient
are social
is
animals.
completely gone. Yeah, it's completely gone. Now we are no more social animals, we are paranoid animals now.
Yeah.
we are
We
we
are
are
high on
yeah we
adrenaline.
are
We are like one of the thing that helped me reduce my anxiety or like stay normal for long period is because I go to the gym, I work out in the morning or like sometime during the day, and I also go for a walk, you know. Like we human beings have become so sedentary that even before lockdown also we needed some form of movement. Since we have like so much pent up like energy and all of that and we are not letting it out, we start putting that mentally, right? So even before lockdown only we had all of that. And now me, even after doing this, if I have this level of anxiety, imagine if I didn't do any of those. I would have had like
yeah
panic and anxiety attacks like every week.
many many children your age, many young adults like in your age have gone into severe anxiety, severe anxious mode, and they are not able to handle situations. They are not able to manage decisions. They are not able to decide upon the career options they thought they would have been, because of course job market is also not that great. So sudden change in the job perspective and everything, and that has increased the anxiety. Where is the income going to come from? And
Yeah.
many have gone jobless. Many have gone jobless, and many many have also started new ventures, which surprisingly worked for them. But again, bringing on social media has increase in the usage of social media is also bringing a
Yeah.
lot of anxiety during this time,
Yeah.
because seeing that that person is doing so much, I am not able to do. Why? And that is an anxiety.
Yeah.
That
That's
is an
true.
addiction. Yeah. So these questions will always remain unanswered, because the only thing I think, as I would say, is acceptance. We have to accept and move on, is the
Move on to
thing that
what, like that's the problem. Like, so the entire problem is we know everything is so fucked up that we still have to be there. It's like the exercise plank. Have you ever tried like plank, the exercise?
yes,
It's so like your body is vibrating. It's so annoying, but you just need to hang in there, and that's all we all are supposed to do. Accepting that there is nothing we can do, and just hold on to our seats, until like we move to next station to get out. If this is not where you want to stop, so we just need
move
to.
out. Yeah, move out with the external situation which is not in your control. Move on with that. Forget,
Accepting and moving
yeah,
that time.
accepting the external situation which you cannot. Getting frustrated about the external situation is uncalled for. Why are you getting frustrated or irritated or anxious about something which is not in your control? You have to accept that it is going to happen the way it is going to happen. If you can do something about it, please do. If you can, if you are a political leader, or if you are a change maker, or if you are anything like that which who can have a control over external situation, please go and do. But if you cannot do, what you can do is only the way you are able to handle yourself, your emotions,
Your actions too, like you can change.
your actions.
Yeah, I started this podcast in lockdown. So I started this.
Yes,
So I remember where, like this was months after lockdown. So I started doing this surprisingly like during lockdown. So there is a lot of space for people to do a lot of things now. Like surprisingly there
yes.
is time in our hands. Like we are not commuting to work. We are not spending a lot of time doing something else which
We
could
don't need
usually
to
take up
shop
your
so
time.
much. We
Yeah.
don't need to shop so much because half of the time we are at home. So that is something you can work for yourself. You can work on yourself. You can work for the people who are in the house right here with you. But you cannot go and work for the people who are staying next door, right? It is their life they are handling. So why are you worried about things that are not in your control? So look with it. I started my work. I started Skandha in during lockdown. I started during this time, and I thought, no, working. I need to do something of my something of my caliber. I cannot just go keep working and doing odd jobs and working in schools or anything like that. I have to do because I have the caliber. Because I looked within, I understood what I want to do. And I would definitely, if I'm looking at all the bad things that happened during these 2 years, I would also look at one good thing, that it gave me a chance to look within and understand myself, which wouldn't have been possible if I was busy going out
Yeah, that's true.
in normal days. In normal days. During this time, I got a chance to sit inside, and I got a chance also to talk to my child and work towards her, make her understand that these things are happening. So I got to spend a lot of time with my husband. I got the different, scenarios of my family where, what can work, what cannot work, because of these 2 years, which was not possible when we were busy with our life, going out, socializing, and mingling with a lot of people. So I think that is one positive that has really happened during
Yeah,
this time.
that's true.
Yeah. So accept and move on with the external situation, but accept and understand your internal situation and work towards it.
Yeah, and that is so true. One of the point that I wanted to add with the child mentality and the mental health, right? Do you know who Jordan B. Peterson is?
I think, yeah,
So Jordan B. Peterson, he is an intellect. He's a clinical
he's
psychologist. Yeah,
clinical psychologist. Yes,
he wrote book. He's an author of 12 Rules for Life and then Beyond Order.
yes.
So basically, he mentions in one of his interview, he talks about kids who grew up without dads or no male figure.
Mm,
And then in that he mentions that there is this concept of like a rough and tumble play, right? So kids
Hmm.
who grow up with their father, like their father throwing the kids or playing with them, they get used to rough and tumble play. But
Play.
kids who didn't have any like father figure in their life, like they would be very awkward in like in physical play. So he gives an example where like one of his friend who didn't have like a father figure when he was young, while they were trying to play wrestling, he would like he would poke Jordan's eye, and like he would be very awkward, physically. Like he didn't know where his hand was
He
going. Like
wouldn't know. He didn't know how to handle the space.
yeah, so that is because there was lack of the play, the rough and tumble play. And from this, right, I'm also thinking about that could also be affected in the lockdown with kids. So let's say
Yeah.
now when I play with other kids, I get used to that form of play, right? Similarly, how I get used to playing with my father, there is another form of how I move
Yeah.
and how I talk or how I interact with friends. So if you remove that, I become very awkward. Like I don't know where to
Very
go, where
awkward.
to put. Like applying the same theory here.
That's what has happened because we didn't know how our daughter would socialize. Sometimes now when she started going out, sometimes she fights and it's completely, she's arguing, she's shouting sometimes or anything like that. And it's like, oh my God, what is happening? Why is she doing like this? Maybe because that has become awkward for her to meet people and socialize. That pattern has stopped, where children used to go to school and they know how to talk and they know how to behave, or maybe understand, they will deal with it and they will deal with the external situation. But that has to be instilled now, from that has to be instilled now
In the
in the child,
behaviors.
because in the behaviors, because child is staying inside, child is not able to handle the social situation. Like अभी हमारे time पे क्या बोलते थे, our parents used to say, whatever you're doing, do outside and come.
Yeah.
Don't get the things inside your fights and all these things. But now parents are seeing it happening right in front of their eyes. Even children, when children are online in the classroom, when they're talking, oh see, I have this, oh see, I have this, oh see. So this is the show off that is happening because they want to show what is with them. So the need to show has also increased with this situation, where they are not able to normalize their behavior of meeting a lot of people outside.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that will definitely be a scar in on this generation, no matter how much you will work, but that will definitely be there on
Yeah.
this,
I mean,
this generation.
I am optimistic with how things are gonna be because we humans we adapt quickly. So the moment when things go fine, we're gonna adapt quickly. And the element
Right.
of show off that you were talking about, right, has always been in school. Like when kids get like a new toy or like a new bag or new water bottle, there is always this element of show off. Now from work from home, probably they could show off a lot of different things that their parents own, maybe like some mobile phone or like whatever things that which is not theirs, they're flexing. uh, that's what I am assuming, like when you said
And
they.
imagine one more thing also, Sankarshan. See, there is one teacher, okay, and there are 20 to 25 kids sitting right in front of her on the screen, okay, and everybody is shouting, ma'am, 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 and ma'am, I want to give me a chance to sing, give me a chance to show this, I want to show a magic trick, I want to show this. Imagine that teacher, poor thing, she's sitting there and trying to put a concrete to what is happening around her. So her stress level is already increased, okay, and the children are frustrated because ma'am is not listening.
Yeah.
Whom will she listen to?
Yeah.
If physically children are present, she can say, okay, children, raise your hand. Now they have come up with different things. Okay, you have to raise your hand and all. But when it all started, and sometimes it still goes on, and when the children are present, ma'am can see, okay, today your chance. Abhi bhi wo hota hai. But then the children build up. Ma'am doesn't listen to me at all. And where is the children saying? Not in the classroom, but virtual classroom. Who is listening when the child is saying? Parent is listening. Oh, teacher doesn't listen to my child. Okay, okay, children doesn't listen to my son. I will sit there and judge the teacher. Then my anxiety is increasing. My thought process is I am overthinking. What is wrong with my child? Why is the teacher not listening to my child? Is there something wrong with my child? I have to teach this song to my child so that tomorrow teacher will listen. And suddenly, uh, parent will message the teacher, why didn't you listen to my child? Teacher is has no clue. Did I?
Yeah.
Didn't I? Okay. Or I'm so sorry, ma'am. And poor thing is apologizing. I'm so sorry, ma'am. Next time I'll give them a chance. I'm so sorry. Okay. She is apologizing for no fault of hers. And the parent here is thinking that I have done a very good job by saving my child. So overprotective parenting has come into picture.
Yeah, that's
And some
the
parents, of
unintended
course, are
consequence.
exactly. And some parents, of course, they are not bothered what is happening. So the child is shouting, teacher is not listening, and wo jo ho raha hai, ho raha hai. But nobody is understanding each other. It's a chain that has happened, and next time when the child teacher doesn't listen to me, I will not study. I will not study. I will not complete the notes. So many notes incomplete, this, that, all this. So many things have gone wrong. Many things have gone wrong for specifically children during this time. See, you kind of found a job. I kind of I'm doing my household work. My husband is doing his office. Of course, he's also not very happy that he's not able to meet his team face to face, and he has to do everything virtual because he's a people's guy. He likes to interact with people like face to face. अभी सबके साथ problem हो रहा है. Nobody is understanding what is happening with the children and the school authority also. Suddenly there was this revolution. Why are the school charging so much?
Yeah.
Why are they charging so much of fees when everything is online? There is no maintenance, there is no light ka kharcha, this, that, all those things. Only teachers are also working from home and all those things. Why are they charging so much? You are not understanding that whatever you were paying to school, the proceeds are 90% is going to the teacher's fees, right? And the rest 10 to 20% maybe is going for maintenance, teachers, management, everybody's fees. If you will not pay these teachers, still they are working for your children, right? To make sure your children are able to complete their grade.
Yeah. And it's easy to escape also, like when we were in school, let's say we didn't do homework. I would do homework because I'm scared that my teacher is gonna whoop my ass. But now I can just switch off my internet and go to sleep. Like there is no disturbance from anybody now.
No disturbance. Teacher is calling. Switch or turn on the camera. Turn on. You be visible.
You
What
can
is
lie. You
happening?
can
This
be like, you know
not
what?
done.
Like I couldn't hear you, ma'am. There's some signal issue. Like you can start
This
lying. You
that.
can start making up shit.
It's like waking up your child from bed, making them wear the school uniform, and making them sit like this.
Yeah.
अभी
Yeah.
पहले तो they used to take bath and go freshen up and everything and go to school. Now 8:15 is school. 8:10 your child is waking up. वहीं
Yeah.
पे टर्न ऑफ करके वहीं ब्रेकफास्ट हो रहा है वहीं हो रहा है. What
The
discipline
discipline aspect. Yeah. We just
is
jinxed it.
gone. Yes, the discipline. There is no discipline in the way the schooling that is supposed to happen. But again, Sankarshan, it is not in our control. What is in your control is you can exactly ask your child to follow the pattern that happens in school by waking up at 7:30, getting ready. Imagine going to school. Only that travel time is saved, right? तो
Yeah, but
ठीक है
the
उतना समय.
interaction part is not there. No, like I understand you
Interaction
saying that there are a lot of things out of our control, but it is so frustrating and it is so hard to
I
escape
know.
that frustration. Like we need to let that out somewhere, right? So now let's say kids are all over the home, like father is there, like his wife, like kids. There is no space. There is no concept of boundary. Like everything
There is
is
no
gone now.
space.
Yeah, and everybody is super frustrated because everybody want their space, like they want at least a moment of, let's say if they go to office in the lunch break or sometime they would have this moment with themselves, right? Like where they would sit
Right.
by themselves or do something. Imagine you don't have that, and like your wife is always like breathing down your neck, or your kids are always throwing something. I mean, it's a good thing, but it depends on how your office or external environment that day treats you. So let's say you had a shitty day at work, everybody in your home gets fried and the entire atmosphere changes. Like the energy changes, like let's say if I have a fight in my home, like if let's say we all are fighting about something, I can literally feel the negativity in the home. Like I just want to get out.
Yes,
So that like literally I feel something changes, when you put out negative emotion. Like on a physical level, I feel like something changes. So all of this is framing those psychology, especially with kids, right?
that's what.
When you were on the pot, like the when you were last time here, we talked about child psychology, right? Like how it impacts, like how parents impact. We were just trying to comprehend what it is. And you mentioned that like parents play such vital role in framing, and that age is so crucial because they're like sponge.
Right.
They absorb vibrations, they absorb energy, they
Vibration,
absorb a lot of things.
everything, everything. They absorb oil, they absorb the grease, everything they are taking like in that sponge. Now, अभी भी ऐसे ही हो रहा है ना? It is the same way it is happening. The way we talk, they will talk because they are observing us, right? And negative, if you talk about negative emotions or positive emotions, nothing is bad. Negative emotion is not bad. Positive emotion is not bad. But that projection of negative emotion that comes up, that reaction is bad. So what are
Yeah.
we doing with that reaction? When your child is saying the teacher is not listening to me, what are you supposed to say? Are you supposed to take reaction on that? Are you supposed to react in a way that, oh, why is the teacher not listening to my child? Okay, maybe you have to explain to your child that this is a little, this is a hurdle because you're doing the class online. When you
uh,
probably go
be
offline,
empathetic towards the teacher or
yes,
whoever's.
teacher, and with, yeah, you empathize with your child also. I'm sorry the teacher is not listening. Maybe probably you can try again tomorrow. But teacher also, she's listening to so many kids, and probably she did not hear
Yeah,
you.
it's like so
It's
sad. The teachers usually, teachers are the saddest creatures on planet. Like my previous episode I did on like the naughty kids. I read couple of
yes,
articles on
I heard
like
that.
throughout the episode. So it's like
Yeah,
teachers' job is so crucial, but it is underestimated. Like in that episode,
underrated,
like
underestimated, everything.
yeah, I I applied the concept that you told me last time when you were here, that like parents play a vital role when their kids, who are the second party that spend a lot of time with kids, teachers, right? So they
Yeah,
also like mold the psychology of kids. So they have such huge responsibility, but they get paid less. They they are so sad, like I can literally imagine some teachers from my school and college. They're just so frustrated in life that anybody says good morning, they're like grumpy. I'm like, why am I here? Why are you here? Like they're so frustrated and done with life. And then you put them online. The only way that they can give instruction is voice. Let's say if the kids are at school physically, the teacher can raise her hand, she can make actions, she can ask like one side of the class to stay
she can
quiet.
walk around. she
Yeah.
can she can establish that physical space between the child and
Yeah.
herself
Yeah.
or himself. And it reminds me of the days I was a teacher. And when I was working in Delhi as a
Were you
psychology
the
teacher, then I
sad
used
kind
to
or
go
were
with
you
the
the happy kind?
you should ask my students about it. You can
I'm
ask
sure you're the
Apurva, or
happy
you can
kind.
ask Deva. You can ask Apurva or these guys. You know. So I was in even in Francis when I was working as the lecturer. There were different moods every day I used to go with,
Hmm.
because my daughter was young. She was 8 9 months old. And when she was 1 1.5, I was in the process of weaning her, and I was in a different phase altogether. But every morning I have to put up this face and go to college, put up a sari and put up this
Shitty
face and
sleep
go to
also.
college. And yes, I mean, bad. I was in a bad state, but I have to go to college with this smile and address these young minds, and make sure that they are happy with me. There is so much of responsibility on me. Make sure. And when I was with in Delhi also with Basava, so there also I have to make sure that I have so many responsibilities on my shoulder. I have to make sure that but क्या उसमें अब मुझे कहाँ टाइम मिलेगा कि मैं मेकअप करूँ या बाल बनाऊँ या कुछ करूँ. Of course, I used to go decently dressed up, but yeah, people will judge you, right? People will judge you no matter what kind of a teacher are you, what how well you teach or anything like that. That look on your face, people will judge you something is wrong. And yes, teachers become the saddest because they put behind all their emotions, all their families, everything. I think that per se, every job is tough, every kind of profession is tough. Even as a psychologist, when we work, when we are counseling kids or when we are counseling and adults, we have to put behind our and make sure that we do not let that transference happen about emotions. So
You
and
don't project
teachers
that.
life, do not project that. And teachers life in pandemic has taken a toll completely, their health, their everything. First of all, going to school, meeting children was their motivation, no matter what kind of a mood they were in. But now that thing happening online without that socializing, without that motivation to make children work, children do not want to work. First of all, बच्चे पहले ही नहीं करना चाहते थे, अब और ऑनलाइन तो और भी नहीं करना चाहते. Checking work online, WhatsApp messages, just imagine the kind of pressure teachers have faced
Yeah,
with children.
yeah.
So this has completely,
100%,
uh,
like I 100% agree with whatever you said.
and
And
many pre-primary schools have closed. Many pre-primary Montessori
yeah,
schools have closed because there's no children cannot come and children do not want to do. A 4 years kid, 4-year-old kid. Why will the 4-year-old kid will sit in front of the camera and do the school? Parents prefer online homeschooling. Karwa lo. So teachers have lost their jobs also during this pandemic.
lot of
Terribly,
people, for the
terribly.
matter of fact, like the other aspect of the pandemic was the business, right? Like so many people are out of business, so many people like lost their jobs,
Yeah, yeah,
and like the the point is that everything is fear driven, because like when you look at when you look at data, you don't be that
yeah.
scared, like because when you look at deaths before pandemic and during pandemic, the number is not as scary high. Like when you look at how many
Yeah.
people who get sick and who recover is very less. But the problem is, somebody, like if that person happens to be somebody that then it's gonna like scare the shit out of you. Like
Yeah,
one of my
it has
cousins family
increased.
lost like two of their family, like their relatives, and like two of the
Okay.
relatives, like consecutively in like 2 to 3 weeks. And I felt so bad for them, because like it's so unfortunate that even though the deaths are less, it's like it happened to be somebody so.
Yeah,
And now they're super paranoid because they just lost some of their loved
true.
ones. And like my cousin's dad, he has become super overprotective, like he doesn't let anybody go out now because he's scared. So yeah,
Yeah. He's scared, and probably there is a lot of health effect on himself and his family now
he's not
because
sleeping,
it's,
he's not sleeping at all. Like the other thing that put like this pandemic put my sleep to a like, it hit right in the nuts. Like there is like
right.
I got such shitty sleep. I don't know why. Like I am on my phone. Like there's all these unhealthy behaviors that we developed, right?
Yes, yes.
Especially porn. Like if like I didn't find any data per se, but I am sure that a lot of people who started watching porn, the number has significantly increased. Yeah, because
Increased.
internet, like you're at home, you don't have anything else to do.
And people have increased in their social anxiety.
Yeah,
They're watching Instagram, watching social media, seeing what is happening in others' life and not happening in my life. That has completely brought them to such an extent that they have literally gone into depression. Why am I locked inside and this person is roaming around?
yeah. And also, you know what? Instagram has become like my fidget spinner, which I am so like I'm so surprised by my own behaviors. Like, let's say if nothing is happening, I just open Instagram and scroll. You know that
And it's very
act of,
addictive. And
yeah,
it's
and
very
also
addictive.
that act of scrolling and looking through the reels, the action of swiping your thumb up, that is sort of becomes like your fidget spinner. So now anytime I'm anxious, I start tapping my toes and I want something like I want to open Instagram and I want to scroll through stuff. So I think the anxiety is reflected directly to the amount of time that they spend. So they watch
Yes.
social media or something, or anything around them would increase their anxiety level, and now they go to Instagram and that indirectly increases their anxiety. Again they go back there, that loop.
Because it is making a shift in your mind from this state to that state. Right now, you are in this reality that something is happening in my life. But when you go on Instagram or any other media, you are making a shift in your mindset. You're going into a complete different space, distracting yourself, or avoiding or being in denial with what is happening with yourself, which is momentarily satisfying for you, right? And it is not only, and it is happening with a lot of people. For you, for me, there was a time I was not sleeping, as you told me, there was a time I wasn't sleeping till 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the night. I used to take a sleep, just get up, and then I'm awake and doing what? This. Because I don't know what else to do. I have this mental block. Why? Because I am avoiding my sleep. I am getting this, I am shifting from a situation where I'm not able to sleep or thinking about it, that why am I not able to sleep? I'm going on social media and I'm diverting, oh, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. And so this is a shift that has happened. And then we blame kids that they are watching a lot of TV, they are watching a lot of phone. But what is happening with us? We are also going a lot of, this challenge, that challenge, post your picture and this, accept, and then based on the likes and all those things.
Oh
There was a
my
time
god.
there was this time when it was going on that women challenge, post your picture and all. That time I posted, why do I need to? I am a female, and why do I need to? If you want to see my pictures, go to my Instagram profile. Why do I need to accept all these challenges? Post your dog, post your, this, that. Why is it happening? Because that has become the new social platform of interaction with the outer world, which is not happening otherwise.
Yeah.
People are anxious to make friends. People are not able to communicate. That is one biggest challenge. Children are not able to communicate, right? And probably people are saying, why are kids born in pandemic? They shouldn't have been born. But I feel they'll be blessed because they will not see this that has happened. They will see the brighter future.
Yeah, I
There
mean,
might be.
like
Yeah.
like when I observe things around me, right? Like one of the thing that brain seeks when everything is low is the dopamine, right? Like they want that feeling of being happy, like that heightened sense of
Right.
pleasure. So I feel that has become like a trigger for people to get addicted to things now. So let's say you want to go
Right.
to social media, that is because that is just like that just gave you like a slight bump in your dopamine levels. And like people are navigating towards porn because they want that dopamine high, because nothing good is happening around them, like there's nothing is motivating enough. So there is so
Yeah.
many unhealthy behaviors that is being developed
That is
during this pandemic, which might be very hard to overcome. So like
overcome. Right.
people should get a job, like ever since I got busy with my life, like my distractions like they significantly got less. So I use social media less. I wander YouTube less. So like because I'm busy, I'm doing something which is productive. So in this pandemic, a lot of people stopped doing productive things, especially like since I was graduating. I was in a phase where I was like I finished my college, but I didn't get my job yet. So there is this phase where you're in your home, your parents are feeding you, your parents are like they put shelter over your head, you're just chilling, and like when you have nothing else to do, you would seek things like this, and that
Yeah.
is so crazy.
That's crazy. And few years back, I remember I used to say, why do we have social media? There are two needs: need to know need to show. These are the two things why social media is working for. A few years back, this was the version, because you need to know what is happening in others' life and what is happening around the world. That's why the basic idea of Facebook, when Facebook came in, and need to show. We want to show to people that our life is also as colorful as you are showing yours, right? But it is, I would take my words back now, because it is no more that. It is just need to survive, that we are on social media, need to be part of the community. If we are not on social media, we feel neglected, we feel denied, we feel, we are not part of the ongoing generation, or we are not part of what is happening. So it is need to connect, or need to be, need to be there. That's it.
Yeah, it's called
Need
fear
to
of
be
missing out,
part.
you know, it's called FOMO. So,
FOMO, if I
yeah.
would say fear, yeah. If I would put it that way, yeah, if you might say that, yeah, fear of missing out of something. So that is, so need to know, need to show is there now, and now it is just need. That is the basic need I have. I should say has become this
Yeah.
thing, and it is not only for. And surprisingly, the number of the kids profiles that have come up on Instagram during this COVID, this during this lockdown and pandemic time is very high, very high. You should see the kids influencers, all these people coming up, posting their handled by parents. I have my child's profile also, and I made it during the lockdown because I wanted to show her artwork. And so number of you are also putting your child on Instagram, because few years later that she will be like, or he will be like, where was I? That is for that need of connectedness that is there. So it's crazy that things have turned up in 1.5 years or 2 years. It's going to be now. It's really, really, surprisingly. I think COVID का तो 2 साल हो ही चुका है.
Yeah, yeah.
इंडिया में
No, I
एनिवर्सरी
think
बाकी है.
no. I think that even lockdown started 2 years back. So now, like we were discussing whether it's 2019 or 2020, right? So this,
2019, yeah,
I think we spent 2 years
2020,
of lockdown. Like I significantly remember because I was still in my final year when I was submitting my assignments. So I finished like one semester. No, I finished two of my semesters online. So it's been two
So when
years.
you were in second year, yeah, 2020 March, lockdown was declared. Yes,
Okay.
2020
Okay.
March, the lockdown was declared.
It's so
And
hard
then
for me to
2020,
believe that it's been like just like if I look from 2020 to 2021, it's been like 1 to 1.5 years, like 1.5 years, no?
yes,
There
yes.
so much has changed, and now I feel like I'm a completely different person, and I feel like it's been such a short time. Like I feel like with this podcast also, you were on my third podcast, like my third
Right.
episode, and then this is 39th episode. So
My goodness.
so we've been through so many episodes, and I have personally learned so much from people, and I feel like I've grown a little bit, and me learning a lot of things in this pandemic. Only I used unhealthy behaviors to lose body fat, like lose weight. Like I was eating less, I was overtraining, and then I learned so much about fitness, and I got on track also, which I feel like it's so crazy because I've been on like so many roller coaster highs and lows.
Yeah, yeah. And in this pandemic, I have eaten so much. I have eaten so much. I have cooked so much, which I never did in my life. I have cooked so much being indoors, and then I got unwell also. I got admitted for something I didn't know would happen to me, a pancreatic attack. I didn't know that I would get this, and then suddenly there is this awakening. I have to, work. So if you really look back to these 1.5 years, just 2 years back, exactly during this time or somewhere around this, I was in Mahabaleshwar having strawberries, having fun without mask, without anything. And now if I have to think about going back there and spending my time like this, I have to think, of course people are traveling, of course things are happening, but then again that fear with my daughter traveling, this that. So
Overthinking
it's
again, anxiety, the
overthinking,
loop.
anxiety,
Yeah.
the loop. everything. And what am I going to do? How is the future going to help? Because, hold, because we are indoors, how much are we going to do indoors? How much am I going to approach people being indoors? I need to go out. So this has completely, this should go in history books.
Yeah.
Every and I feel everybody should write or at least narrate their experience of these 1.5 2 years, and keep a record for their future generations to come and see what their ancestors have actually gone through.
Or like a personal
Yes,
journal, you can look back
personal
and
journal.
see what your thoughts were like, how you felt.
Yeah, yeah. So many new concepts in psychology have come up during these times.
Oh,
Like,
really?
yeah, like journaling has taken like completely, it's like a it's like a rage now that you have
It's
to
like a
journal,
trend.
you have to write about your emotion. It's become a trend. And then art therapy, movement therapy has completely come up. People, so many art therapists are coming up and all those things. So many, but yeah, I would really, really, whoever is listening to this, keep a check on your emotions. That is the only need right now, I would really say, because if you have a check on your emotions and you are aware and mindful of yourself and maybe your children and your family members, then it will make a lot of difference. Please don't hover over what is happening outside. It is not in your control, so not in your control.
Yeah, you
But
know
what is
what?
within is in you.
Like, before we end this podcast, right? Like, I want to give more, uh, like, a positive things for people to do, which would
Yes,
help them.
right.
Because,
Yes, we should do that.
yeah, because, like, personally, this is what I feel. You need three things, You need one, a job which will bring you income. If you're a student, go do an internship or do something which would help you make money, and then either save it or that'll help you live. And the second thing is find your passion project, like so that you can do something. It could be like an Instagram page where you put out content about mental health, or could put content about fitness. Could be anything. Or you can start a podcast, or you can start like a YouTube channel, or you can start your business, or you can start
And be
writing.
satisfied with the work you do rather than the
Yeah.
likes you get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the third thing is practicing mindfulness, like I had Daniel Kafon, like he is from
Yeah.
New Jersey, and he and we connected so well. Like we have such great bond right now because we connected on so many different philosophical and spiritual terms. And he also put emphasis in that episode that I did with him on practicing mindfulness, like oh, like you need to build discipline around what you do for your mental state. Like right now
Mental
I am
state.
still working on it. I'm still work in progress, because I mean I'm forever work in progress, but like there's so many things about me that I need to work. But I feel like these are the three main things that people should focus on. So what do you think, uh the takeaway
Yeah.
from lockdown, or
First,
what should they
first
focus
and
on?
yeah, first and foremost, outside whatever is happening is not in your control. So you need to accept that whatever is happening on Instagram, whatever is happening in others' life, oh so nice, and so they are traveling it on, it is not in your control. What is in your control is the way you are reacting. Don't procrastinate. It is not going to help, because and concentrate on your emotions. Be mindful of your emotions, your children's emotions, and understand that it is not only you sailing in this boat, it is everybody who is in this state right now. But shifting from your internal, health to seek what is happening outside is not going to help. You first need to concentrate on yourself, work for yourself. वो बोलते हैं ना, when we are about to take on a flight, they say पहले, before helping others, help yourself. Please help yourself rather than helping, seeing or getting overthinking by what is happening outside, getting paranoid about things. It is not going to help at all. Take care of yourself and take care of your children inside. They are the bravest of the generation. And please, please, please make a note of your experiences so that you can go back and
Journaling.
see what has happened. Yes, journaling is important. Everyday journaling is important, and teach journaling to your children also, and that will help them to understand their emotions, and that is what is most important right now. And let them go to school, if even if it is alternate day,
and
and see the change.
and people, please start exercising.
Yeah, I would say that is for me also, actually.
Everybody,
That is
we
for me.
need to put, like, we are so used to evolutionary wise of doing work. Like, this is not what we are made and cut out to be physically. So we need to do some things, go lift weights, go for a walk, do stuff. And
Yes, and find your anchor. You know,
mm,
find what really keeps you stable, and that only you can find.
uh,
Like, I know, yeah, only you can find. I know now that staying home and at least spending half an hour with myself is my anchor. I know this will calm myself without phone, without anything. If I'm just sitting with myself, or just, keeping my mind calm, or taking a walk, this is my anchor. You find, if art is your anchor, do it. Do drawings, do coloring. If dance is your anchor, do it. But please do this for yourself and teach the same to your children,
uh,
that they need to find a way to make sure that they are with themselves.
yeah.
Spend time with yourself.
Oh my God. I'm
Yeah.
so glad you said that, because that anchor, that point connected so much to me. Like when you said that, because to me, working out is my anchor, because I've built
Yes.
a sort of discipline around working out. So every
Right.
time I go to the gym, I make time and I go to the gym. I feel like I have control over my schedule and time. So it
Exactly.
gives me a
Exactly.
freedom. And gym is always consistent, like 10 kgs is always 10 kgs, 5 kgs is always 5 kgs, and that sort of brings me to like a medium.
And it really helps, Sankarshan, because just before my pancreatic attack, for a few weeks, I was really working out. Okay. I was doing this proper planking and everything. I was doing everything. And it made me feel so good, so good. When I was
Yeah.
doing yoga, when I was meditating, it made me feel so good. But I was going on walks and everything, and it actually made me feel that was my time with me. Okay. And I always tell parents, I always tell everybody, you have 24 hours in a day. Even if you divide that 1 hour cooking, this, that, all those things, you will always have 30 minutes for yourself. Spend that 30 minutes with just yourself without anybody interrupting you. And please teach the same to your children, to find your anchor and find the thing that you would get a chance to connect with yourself. That's it.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
you don't have time, make time.
Make time. You will have time. 24 hours in a day, 8 hours you will sleep. Just do your math calculations and you will have your time.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
God, this has been such an amazing time. It is always
Yeah.
lovely talking to you. Thank you
Same
so
here.
much.
Thank you so much for making me do this, because now I will have the motivation to do my to start to come out of my hibernation and start working on Skandha again. So that is what I wanted. I wanted this kick.
You are always welcome. You are one of my favorite guests, and this is your third
Thank you,
time, and I'm
Sankarshan.
sure you're gonna be even like you're gonna
Yes,
be here even more. So yeah.
yes, I will
I'm
be. We'll come up with new topics. We'll come up with new things, and then we'll do it. And it was so nice. Just day before yesterday, I told you, right? One of my students, he had messaged, "When are you going to start your sessions?" And that is when it kicked me. I have to do something, and immediately I texted you, Sankarshan, let's do something. Let's do a podcast so that it will bring me out. And then yes, I have to. I think I'm spending too much time with my anchor. I mean, I'm doing a lot of that's too much time with myself. Now I have to start bringing my
Probably
energies
you've
out.
become your anchor's anchor.
Yeah, that is what I'm in my happy zone right now. Just yeah, today morning somebody asked me, "How are you?" I said, "I'm very lazy." So if it makes you happy, yes, it is making me happy. But I have to come out of that comfort zone now. I think, yeah,
Yeah. Yes.
I should.
Take
So
care.
thank you, Sankarshan. Yes, you
Thank
too
you.
take care.
Thank you. And whoever's listening,
Thank you.
please take care and thank you for being here. Uh, I'm
Yeah.
gonna leave the links to Neha's socials in the link, so you can check her socials, and you can also check Skanda Instagram page where they put a lot of mental health aid posts, and I'm sure you guys will like
Thank
that.
you. Thank you so much, Sankarshan. And it was lovely, lovely chatting with you. I enjoyed.
A Sankarshan Joshi trip.